All right, now it's time to talk about SmackDown from February 21st, 2002.
The beautiful people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people.
So we kicked off the show. We had Vince McMahon with a cold open. Vinnie Mac starts off the show by saying, "I'm gonna inject."
No, he doesn't say this.
Oh, he should have. He did at one point.
He didn't say that.
He did at some point.
I'm going to inject.
So Vince is talking about punishing the NWO for what they did to The Rock. Yeah, it's an adequate action that they have to do community service, and they have to publicly apologize to not only The Rock, but to all of you. So, what the fuck? Near murder. Just apologize and pick up some trash.
So at the No Way Out pay-per-view, Austin faced Jericho for the Undisputed title. The NWO interfered, costing Austin the match, and they spray painted NWO on Steve Austin's back.
And Scott Hall did a diamond cutter.
And I love that Austin never, ever gave Scott Hall anything on any of those stunners, bro. Ever. He never hit one good one ever. Austin comes out, calls him out on Raw. They come out, and then they just leave. See ya.
Yeah. And then at 9:17 p.m., Stone Cold's getting arrested, and Scott Hall says, "Have a nice night in jail." But then at 9:39 p.m., Hogan tells Hall and Nash to head out. They were all going to leave in a limo.
Times? Did you write these times down?
Yes, motherfucker.
Oh,
they put them on the screen, and I'm making
actually wrote the
that they
times
know
down.
that
Oh,
they
my
put these in the promos. At 9:52 p.m., Hogan cut a promo, putting himself over. He just talks about himself the whole time.
There will never be a bigger star than me, brother.
Yeah. I'm really good, brother. Don't worry about Hall and Nash, dude. He told his friends to go home so he could put himself over. The fuck?
Look, I really need this job, brother.
I got a lot of kids, dude. Linda's draining me, bro. Alimony. The Rock interrupts, but they didn't tell me what time it happened at, so it really fucked up my timeline.
Oh, no times?
They didn't
when did
tell
The
me.
Rock arrive? When did The Rock show
up? The Rock challenges Hogan to a match at Mania, and then The Rock hits the rock bottom on Hogan, and NWO attack Rock at 10:07 p.m.
Oh, thank you. We're good. We got time.
They whooped his ass from 10:07 p.m. to 10:18 p.m. when The Rock is getting loaded into the ambulance. So it was quite the beatdown.
Yeah, it was funny because like they're trying to set up for the Hogan versus Rock match at Mania. The Rock goes, what about a match with The Rock? That's one of the most iconic moments ever. And then Hogan said, no. And then it ends up, that match never happens. Hogan leaves wrestling. The Rock goes to TNA, and then he immediately meets the requirements for a pay raise from Jeff Jarrett, which is fucking 1 and a 2 shot.
He is The Rock. You actually check one of these bucks.
Look at the list. You are The Rock.
Yeah, you are The Rock. You know what? You're in.
What about my match with The Rock? No, brother.
No, dude. I want Austin. The fuck are you? That's why we're beating up Austin. What are you doing?
We want to do the Austin angle, dude.
We're doing an Austin angle. Rock, go away. Hogan didn't want to wrestle Rock so much, he tries to kill him. So, 10:18 p.m., The Rock is loaded into the ambulance, and then it's driving away, and it gets stopped by a tractor trailer. And the NWO is back in a limo. They never left. The NWO then chained the back of the ambulance to keep The Rock in there, despite the fact that The Rock is strapped to a stretcher. He was not going anywhere.
He's on the gurney the whole time, yeah.
He was, as this is going on. And then they run this trailer into the ambulance. And what does Hogan say before this, James?
Oh my God. All right. So Hollywood goes into the big rig, and right before he does it, he pats him on the back and he goes, "Hey, let Hollywood lay the smackdown on its crippled ass NWO style for life." What? What does that mean? Let Hollywood lay the smackdown on his crippled ass NWO style for life? What the fuck?
Why you
does
let the
that
thousands and millions of NWOites run all over his ass, dude, for life's too sweet. Just everything was for life.
What does that mean?
How about you go one-on-one with The Rock? No. All right, well, how about for life? Oh, he starts hulking up. You know what's even more fucked about this? They hit The Rock with this trailer. The Rock comes back in like a week. Mania's in 3 weeks.
You go one-on-one with The Rock. So Hogan hits the ambulance, but not only once, he hits it 3 times. At least
yeah,
3.
that's right. I think in my head, it wasn't that many times because I thought in the games, it was just them replaying it.
Yeah, you're right. Like a slow-mo kind of.
Yeah, like they go just different angles. Like it's the same spot, but just different angles. But I guess
which makes it even
multiple
crazier
times.
that Rock comes back so quickly.
Yes!
They destroyed the ambulance, and then Rock said, "Do you want to go one-on-one with The Rock at WrestleMania?"
He pops his head out of the ambulance.
The Rock says, "NWO style for life."
I didn't get an answer.
That would have been way fucking cooler than what they did.
The ambulance doors got busted open, so his gurney rolls out of the back of it. He pops his head up, eyebrow raised. So do you want to go one-on-one with the great one? No, dude.
The Rock literally can't talk unless he's cutting a promo. So that's all he can do.
I don't want to wrestle you ever for life.
Just the Rock just peeking his head off a busted ass ambulance. The Rock says, "Do you want a match with the great one?"
How about a match with The Rock? His bloody, busted up head peeking out of the ambulance.
Backs the fucking shit up and hits him again. Fucking please.
Runs it over his head.
Just gets right back up.
His beheaded Rock head rolling around. What about now?
Now we get to the NWO public apology. Kevin Nash starts it off. It's really just a bunch of bullshit. It's very boring, to be honest with you. So then he hands it off to Scott Hall, and I was really hoping that Scott Hall would get the paper and look at it, and he'd go, "Hey, yo." I was really
It says right
hoping he
here,
would.
survey time. Hogan has a good line here, though. He says, Rock, I hope you can forgive me like I have forgiven you for attacking me first.
Yeah, Hogan's part was the best part. They didn't even give
That's
anything to
fucking
Nash
hilarious.
and Hall.
That was pretty good.
So anyways, the glass breaks. Stone Cold's about to go beat somebody's ass.
Oh, hell yeah.
Stone Cold drives into the arena with his truck and his crowbar.
Through the set. He is...
Barrel rolled the fucking entranceway, yeah.
And he jumps out. The NWO is running away from this one man, of course. Austin gets out with a tire iron, just whooping ass. Nash and Hogan get away. Scott Hall does not get away. Austin just beating him with his tire iron.
Stone Cold tried to run him over the truck. It cuts back from commercial. NWO's backstage. They're trying to get into their limousine that's been vandalized. Hogan walks up to the limo and goes, "What?" And it pans over to the limo, and there's a big "what" on it, which was just fantastic.
That was pretty good,
that was
too.
great. Nash and Hogan don't even look for Scott. I'm guessing Stone Cold somehow got him. At first, Kevin's like, "Yeah, maybe we should look for him." And Hogan goes, yeah, we should look for him. And he goes, no, never mind. Scott is resourceful. We don't need to do it. He'll figure it out himself.
He's resourceful. That was just chill, he says.
Steve Austin then is walking up to a walk-in freezer. He opens the door up, and Scott Hall is bound and gagged to this chair.
He has tape over his mouth. He's looking disheveled.
Austin says, "Is it cool enough in here for you?" "What?"
You calling off, son? You don't mind if I drink a beer, do you? Is it going to upset you? What? Am I going to offend you if I drink a beer? What?
Just want to drink one beer. What?
Yeah. Where's your little friends? What? Where's your little friends? What?
Want to come into the WWF and ruin my title shot? What?
He said, "You want one of these?" And then he grabs 2 beer bottles. He opens one and drinks one. And then he said, "You want one of these, son?" And he puts the beer bottle on Scott's shoulder, but it obviously keeps rolling off. So Austin replaces this on his shoulder 3
Boop.
different times.
Boop.
And then he keeps playing with Scott Hall's hair this whole promo too.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy, honestly. A lot of this was
It
creepy.
was weird. I don't know what's going on. He's pushing Hall around
crazy.
in a chair. He says, "You want to go on a ride with Stone Cold, huh?"
What?
He gets right in Hall's face, who has tape over his mouth, and he says, "If you want to go on a ride with Stone Cold, give me a hell yeah."
What? He goes, "Give me a hell yeah." "What?"
He said, "I didn't hear you. You didn't say nothing." And then he's just rambling. He says, "Those 3 letters on your chest, are they supposed to impress me? What? Intimidate me? What? If it does, it don't. What?"
Legitimate what?
Actual
Legitimate
what?
noises. "You gonna pay, you big son of a bitch." "What?" Scott Hall's chair starts randomly rolling away, and then Steve grabs the chair and he turns it back around. "You'll look at me when I'm talking to you, son."
Austin says, "You could be my designated driver. I can't drive. I've been drinking. That'd be stupid." Responsible Stone Cold's my favorite Stone Cold. He's wheeling Hall down this hallway, and he says, "You want me to sing you a song? You like music, don't you?" He never. Why did he? Why did he say this?
Stone Cold comes across a sign. It's an engineering sign. He goes, "Engineering? I can't take that. I don't have a college degree." "What?"
They stop at maintenance. He says, "Oh, that's the stop," and he wheels him into this cage. And he says, "Oh," and there's a light at the top, and he puts the Hall on. And he says, "Oh, look, it's a spotlight. You're a big star." And he plays with the hair again. Stupid little ponytail makes me sick. Austin said, "You're a piece of cheese. You're the bait. Your little friends are gonna look for you because they like you. Why? I have no idea."
You make me sick.
When your friends get here, they're gonna say hello to my little friend. What? Just sit there and shut up. Thank you. Hogan and Nash are looking for Scott Hall again. They find him, and Scott is, he's got tape over his mouth, trying to warn them. Austin attacks him, locks him in the cage. He steals Scott Hall away. He says, "Look at your little friend. He's going bye-bye. He's going bye-bye. There's no way out. Get it?"
Yeah,
What?
I love that Stone Cold thinks, he probably thinks the NWO just stands for No Way Out. He's like, we had the whole pay-per-view, what? NWO what?
He knocked Hall onto the floor, and he stares down and he says,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. What?
Stone Cold throws him in the back of the truck. They come out to the arena. Stone Cold gets out. He throws the Broken Skull cooler full of beers into the ring.
he drags Hall into the ring. He hits Hall with a beer, and then he gets on the mic and says, "Hey, yo, what?" I said, "Hey, yo, what?" Austin says, "Yeah, I thought we'd drink a beer. What? A cerveza, a brewski, a Steve Weiser."
As he gets further in, he just stops being coherent at all.
He says, "You ain't thirsty? You cost me the title, and now you don't want to drink a beer with Stone Cold? You hurt my feelings, what? You make me feel bad." Melancholy.
Why did he say that?
I don't know. I want to cry. What? I want to cry. And then I wrote, Austin is taking liberties with this promo. He says, "Well, I'm going to kick this son of a bitch every time you say what?" And then the crowd just keeps saying what? And he stomps him so many times. And then after stomping him like 20 times, he says, "I keep kicking him, but I don't want to wear out a good shoe."
He punches me and goes, "That's my drinking hand." What?
Damn it, that's my drinking hand. Hogan and Nash are still trapped backstage. And Austin, he says, "You know what? I'm tired of whooping your ass. Let's drink a beer."
And Scott goes, "Okay."
So he gives him a beer, and he just stuns him. And Hall does a great sell, and not only that, but his chain lands in his mouth.
It's incredible. It is a top tier stunner here. Just incredible.
And Austin puts his watch to his ear, he listens to his watch, and he goes outside the ring, and he gets the spray paint from inside of his car. He gets in the ring, and the crowd chanting, 316, 316. I thought they were going to write what on his back. I don't know what. They're smarter than I am, because I wouldn't have thought of 316.
Yeah, I thought he was going to spray paint NWO style for life. What?
He's going to spray paint alcoholic, drunk, bastard.
Go to TNA. You punked out and you're a punk. What?
He spray
Get the
paints
fuck outta here.
316 on Hall's back, and everyone's happy, and the show goes off the air.